Shalom, shalom. This week's Parshiot are Behar and Bechutotai. And in the beginning of Behar, it's telling us the laws of Shemitah and Yovel, the sabbatical and Jubilee years. And in the midst of all that, God tells us that when if we're going to, sell our land, that we should not aggrieve our fellow. And shortly thereafter, it repeats it, do not aggrieve your fellow. And God says, because I am the Lord your God, and if you follow my commandments and my ordinances, you shall dwell securely in your land. Now the question is, as always, why the repetitive language? The Torah does not repeat itself unless there's something important to learn, and why the sequence of wording in the pasuk. So we want to look at it. First it says al tonu, do not aggrieve your fellow, and the commentaries tell us that when we're dealing with business practices, we have to be fair, we have to be honest, and in this way not to aggrieve the other person. And the other one, when it says lo tonu, is talking about the person's feelings. You can't hurt somebody's feelings. You have to be extraordinary careful with what you say to him, and be careful not to transgress this. And right after, God says, and keep all of my commandments, and if you do this, you will live securely in the land. So I don't think it's any accident that God puts the lo tonu, do not aggrieve, do not hurt your fellow's feelings, right next to I am the Lord your God, meaning when it says that, God knows everything that is in our hearts. Even if we don't say something outright to hurt somebody's feelings, like we don't say, oh, you're evil, or whatever it might be that people are wont to say nowadays. That's not the worst, obviously. Even if there are people, and there are many people, that are passive aggressive, and then they can get away with saying, well, I didn't say anything, I didn't mean anything by it. God knows what's in your heart. God knows what you meant to say. God knows what you felt when you did it, and the other person, if their feelings are hurt because of you, you are going to pay the piper for that. And unfortunately, the price that God is telling us we're going to pay is that we will not live securely in our land. Now, I think this is something we have to take so seriously nowadays. We waited too long. There's no accident that October 7th happened when we were in this political upheaval of people at each other's throats. The hate and the vitriol that was going on was just embarrassing and deadly. It was deadly, and it cost us. Now, I'm not saying obviously Hamas is evil, and they will get theirs. They are getting theirs, and they will get theirs, for what they have done. But I think that what God is saying, and we have to listen to this, is that we have to be so careful with other people's feelings. We don't agree. Watch how you say what you say. And I know it's difficult. I've had people that I've had conversations with that where we are totally opposite in ways of thought that we think are crucial issues, and it's hard when you're talking to somebody like that. But if you stop and you think that the security of our country, the security of our people, remind ourselves the suffering that is possible, and say that this hinges on our behavior, we'll watch ourselves, we'll be more careful, we'll treat each other well. Why do we have to wait till after the death and destruction and the mourning and the suffering to help one another? We don't have to do that. We don't. Just stop and breathe when you have a thought or a mean thing that you want to say, and remember this, and look at the other one kindly, and value their life, and try and work together in the best way possible, or at least to temper the flames and walk away until you can, because our people's lives, our country depends on it. Shabbat shalom.